Hi, my name is Alan Bone with Sweetlee's Barbecue. Today we're in Asheville at Biscuit Head. As you can see, it's slammed. They opened at 8 o'clock today. We got here just right at about 7:55. The line was already outside, so I got to get here early. Today we had the mimosa fried chicken biscuit, sriracha salsa on top of mimosa fried chicken on a cat head biscuit, topped with apple butter, sweet potato butter, and a poached egg. Also had some collard greens. If you like sweet and savory, that's the way to go. We had the pimento cheese grits. The grits come out of Oakville and Guilford, just close to us here in Stoneville, North Carolina. And then we also had the sake Bloody Mary that you can see I'm about halfway done. In here, I'm with Joey Maxfield, manager here at Biscuit Head in Asheville. He's going to talk a little bit about some of the food they have here. What all you got, Joey? The collard greens and the grits and the mimosa chicken biscuit.
It's all southern, home good. Everything on the biscuit. It's just everything's good. The collard's kind of the owner, Jason. He's got it's kind of his pet project. He's really proud of how those come out. It's kind of got that Caribbean vibe on those.
Yeah, I noticed that when we're used to the real vinegary collard greens with this, it was almost sweet. You know?
It's coconut milk.
Coconut milk.
Yeah, coconut milk and sweet potatoes. Brown sugar. There's a little bit of curry in there. That's really good.
Another unique concept they have here at Biscuit Head is the bacon of the day. So today your bacon of the day was the sweet potato pie, chive maple.
Yep.
So phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. You could probably sit here and munch on bacon all day. So the bacon concept, what are the other flavors of bacon that y'all cycle through?
We do water down the jams a little bit to make it syrup out of them. Sometimes we'll do like a Nashville style hot sauce on them.
Okay.
Whatever the kitchen really has extra or wants to make out of it, every couple of days we change that up.
So I can see here there's 4 locations, is what I was told, of the Biscuit Head. This is actually the original Biscuit Head, founded in 2013.
Yep.
Prior to Biscuit Head, it was a pharmacy and then an Irish pub.
Yep.
So you can see, if you have a crowd like they have here, there's not as much room as you would think you would need, but they're making it work. People are willing to wait, and see people coming in and out trying to get in here and get some delicious food. Joey, thank you for your time. Appreciate you. Stop. We swung through downtown Knoxville, Tennessee, and stopped at Stock and Barrel. Read some great things on Yelp about this place. Have a huge bourbon selection. No exaggeration. Had to be 200 options for bourbon. I'm a big bourbon guy, so very appealed to me. I had the Hurt Locker, which was Mitchell family beef with pimento cheese and local bacon, fried green tomato and bourbon onions. Not typically a big fried green tomato guy, but this was very, very good. On the side I had a half and half of house cut fries and homemade onion rings. Very delicious. Washed that down with a couple Miller Lights, and the manager brought us a complimentary shot of J.W. Kelly Single Barrel. Like I said, I'm a big bourbon guy. This place really appealed to me. Very busy right there on the boulevard area of Knoxville. You need to choose your time wisely when you're going to get in there because very, very busy. My favorite stop of the trip, I'll go ahead and admit, was at Peg Leg Porker in Nashville, Tennessee. Was definitely my favorite stop of the trip. The environment was absolutely amazing. I absolutely loved it. This kind of place, I went in the next day to buy t-shirts for the family, and I saw individuals there on their work lunch breaks. I saw people on dates. It's just that kind of place. It's very fitting for any kind of situation. They have their own bourbon room. They make their own bourbon. We had the pleasure of trying their 12-year bourbon. Very good. A little bit about the background of Peg Leg Porker. The owner, Casey, is actually is the Peg Leg Porker. He had bone cancer at a very young age, removed his leg, and he's came about with the right way, using it to his advantage, and created a very, very prosperous business here with Peg Leg Porker. They have rooftop bar and a dining room. As far as their food, we shared a side of pork rinds, homemade pork rinds. Very, very good. There wasn't a bad one in it. The pork nachos are absolutely amazing. We said multiple times the rest of the trip, man, I could go for some of them pork nachos right now. Pulled pork, topped with barbecue sauce, cheddar cheese, jalapenos, It's just amazing nachos, very, very good. But the unique part, food that we had there is something you don't see a lot in our area here in North Carolina. Is the dry rub ribs. They're not saucy, they're not dirty, they're not, falling off the bone, which I hate that term because falling off the bone means it's overcooked. But these ribs were cooked to perfection. They were tender, you pulled them right off, delicious, very, very clean. We put the sauce on the side and dipped them in. Their sauces are amazing. We tried them all. But these dry rub ribs is something that I've never personally tried cooking, but I will be very, very, very soon. Absolutely amazing. Like I said, this was my favorite stop of the entire trip, was at Peg Leg Porker. Anytime I go back to Nashville, I will be going there again. So look forward to seeing more and more reviews on Peg Leg Porker in the future. Fourth stop, after enjoying some of Nashville city scene at night, we needed something on our stomach, something kind of greasy, something to soak up some of the fun we were having. So we stopped by Luigis City Pizza right there on the boulevard, right by Luke Bryan's bar. The menu is very small, but they absolutely nailed it. You could get pizza by the slice, you could get spaghetti, you could get any common Italian food you have, but with a very authentic taste to it. We wanted something to kind of eat and run. We had the bruschetta, very good. I've said many times I'm not a big tomato guy. I didn't pick one single piece of tomato off this bruschetta, very good. And spicy Parmesan wings. I have never had spicy Parmesan wings before. These Parmesan wings, when I say spicy, the initial taste was spicy, a little heat, but the taste was very, very good. So it wasn't overpowering heat. This morning we woke up and had to hit Biscuit Well. So I've heard a lot about it. We had to hit it. We had rode by it the day before. It seemed crowded, but we wanted to see where we were going the next morning. Went there, waited a little bit. Absolutely, it was delicious. It was very, very delicious. Todd, one of the folks with us, he had the Southern Benny, just Southern Benny's, the open-faced biscuit, topped with country ham, gravy, and 2 eggs over easy. It's delicious. Check that out. Myself and Daniel, we went with the Bill Neal shrimp and grits. Could not miss with this. You cannot miss with these shrimp and grits. Arguably the best shrimp and grits I've ever had. Chopped Gulf Stream shrimp. Daniel and I talked about how we like that, where instead of having very large shrimp inside the shrimp and grits, you had shrimp in every single bite with these. Liked it. Roasted mushrooms, that was new to me. I'd never had roasted mushrooms in my shrimp and grits before. Green onions, lemon Tabasco, great touch. Served over cheese grits. I'm not kidding, these shrimp and grits were absolutely amazing. If you go, get a bowl, share a bowl, do whatever you can, but put these grits in your mouth. Myself and Todd also had to get us a side of the chronic bacon. We'd had amazing bacon the day before, so we want to try this out. And it was a sweet and spicy bacon. I wouldn't necessarily say candied, but it was sweet and it was spicy as well. Very good. All three of us, we washed them down with some mimosas and went our way to the next stop. We did not plan for this place. We stumbled across it, and I'm very glad we did. We were walking the Gulch area, and we stumbled across Gumbo Bros. Never had it. Never heard of it. Very, very cool restaurant. Laid back atmosphere. Like us, you could walk up on the street side and order, step outside the patio and eat, step on the inside. They were cool. You just standing around eating. It was a very cool atmosphere, wonderful service. I ordered us the Gumbo Flight. After having a big breakfast, we wanted to try the specialty. They also had some alligator on the menu I was contemplating getting, but we went with the Gumbo Flight. They had chicken and sausage gumbo, a vegan option, and then a seafood gumbo. The chicken and sausage was a Cajun chicken, smoky sausage, and homemade chicken stock. The Nanny seafood gumbo had a filet powder, whole Gulf Stream shrimp, blue crab, and a homemade crab stock. And then the gumbos, the herbs, this was the vegan option. It had kale, collards, parsley, turnips, mustard greens. Very, very good. I prefer the seafood. Daniel and Todd really loved that vegan option. I was talking to the manager, and he was telling me he orders a lot of time without the rice, and it's just like having his his greens. He came out after Speak With Us, came out and surprised us with a round of whiskey sours. Had one with us, told us he was working a double. It was just that kind of atmosphere. Great service and great food. I'm very glad we found this area. We'll definitely be going back. We decided to hit up Taco 1989. This is a family-owned area. Felt like I was walking to a restaurant in Mexico. It was very authentic. And I will say it was the best guac I have ever had. Never had guac. I'm a sweets guy. I like sweets more than savory. I've never had guac that had a little bit of hint of sweet to it, and this was perfect to me. Perfect guac, very good. I had the pulpo taco that had the octopus and cheese. The octopus was not chewy like typical octopus I have. It was more of a shredded, delicious. And then I had a quesadilla. If you're not familiar with a quesadilla, it's a hangover fix. Very greasy. Has a pulled beef. It's marinated and soaked and dipped in a dipped tortilla shell. Dipped and fried tortilla shell with cheese and a side of consomme sauce. It was delicious. Could have went for a couple of them. Todd had the barbacoa lamb taco and a birria beef. Daniel went with the gobernador shrimp and poblano taco and the ensenada fish. They look delicious. I don't think you really could have missed with any of the tacos they had there. There's a very, very relaxed atmosphere as well. That was kind of the theme of some places that we visited down there. Of course, some areas were busy, but like this place, it was very, very cool and calm. We washed all that food down with some Dos Equis. I had a pineapple mezcal, and Daniel had a cantarito. The last stop in Nashville ended with the Pancake Pantry. That Sunday morning before we left, we had rode by the Pancake Pantry the day before when we had ate a Biscuit Love, and the line was wrapped around the building. It was ridiculous. We just contemplated not even going there because we didn't want to have to wait in that. This is a little bit about Pancake Pantry's been on several food shows for their pancake challenges. We got there early enough so we missed most of the rush. We had a little wait, I'd say 5-minute wait. I went with the Grill Cooks medley. This was hash browns, hams, onions, green peppers, tomato. All of it was grilled to its crisp. It was perfectly grilled. Had some American cheese stacked on top of that and topped with scrambled eggs and toast. Absolutely amazing. Then I ordered a side of what they call blintz. I've never heard of this. I've never even heard of egg battered pancakes before, but there were 3 egg battered pancakes that were filled with a cinnamon cottage cheese. I know what you're thinking, cottage cheese. Ooh, this was very good. Very good cottage cheese with it mixed in with the cinnamon and cream. The top of these blintzes was dusted with powdered sugar and cinnamon. Very, very delicious looking and tasting. Everything about Pancake Pantry had more of a family feel to it. A lot of families there, a lot of floor space. They're used to serving large crowds. Final stop of the entire trip ended in Asheville, North Carolina at Manikomas Pizza. We all grabbed a couple slices, had to. It was one of those kinds of places, just had to get a slice of pizza. We grabbed a couple slices. I think what was the most unique, and Daniel nailed it, was that the crust was very crispy and savory. It was perfect. It wasn't too chewy, wasn't too doughy, but then it wasn't very hard and burnt with a burnt taste. Typically you get that with pizzas by the slice places because they reheat them. The toppings wasn't too heavy. They did a good job not overloading them to where your pizza's just falling apart and you're having to use a fork. They had an incredible dessert bar. As you can see, we also had the fried ravioli. It was very good. Fried ravioli was phenomenal. It had some fried wings with a sauce on the side and some fried zucchini. It was a great food to end the trip on. I think we experienced a whole variety of foods, and ending on something like a pizza by the slice place that we can compare to back home was a perfect way to end our trip. All right, folks, thanks for tuning in and enjoying our trip with us. If you're ever in Nashville, Tennessee, hit up these spots. You can see in the description below the areas. Click on their links, the restaurants' names. You will not be unsatisfied with any of them. Be sure to like and subscribe and tune into our future road trips. We'll be visiting cities such as Savannah, Charleston, Atlanta, Memphis, and many other cities in the near future. Thank you for supporting us as always, and thank you for tuning in.